everyone, welcome back to the Fit Curls. My name is Angela and today we are talking all about the do's and don'ts of styling your curly hair. Now, for the better part of my entire life on this planet, I hated styling my hair naturally curly. Sure, it took less work than blowing it out or straightening it or recurling it with a curling iron, but to me it was always just a giant pain in the butt because I never knew if it was going to look good or not. Now, if you're in the same boat, you're probably making some of the same mistakes that I was making when I used to style my hair naturally before I knew what the heck I was doing. So today we are going to go through my best tips for what to do and what not to do. Without further ado, let's get this going.
Right out of the shower, don't wrap your hair up in a terry cloth towel turban and leave it there for hours. When you take that turban off, your curl pattern will have been disturbed and your hair is going to be way too dry for product to distribute evenly. Instead, do section off your hair so you can make sure that you distribute product all the way through every possible section that needs it, and ensure that you re-wet your hair as necessary with a continuous mist spray bottle until you hear this magic sound. When you start applying product, don't be too light-handed with either the amount or the application of your product. Barely skimming or scrunching product in will definitely save you money, but it sure as heck won't get you consistent results. What you'll wind up with is an uneven curl pattern, sections of your hair that aren't touched by product at all, and above all, tons of fuzz and frizz. Instead, apply your product in sections, as I mentioned before, and be a bit more generous with the amount that you use. Application techniques as well as products can make all the difference here, so use techniques that are aimed towards evenly distributing product and creating curl clumps. They can be as simple as raking and using a praying hands technique like I'm doing on this bottom section here, or as involved and complicated as using a brush for styling like the Denman D3 brush that I'm using to show my favorite curl clump creating technique here. These can be used to make sure that your product is evenly applied over every single strand of hair and can also encourage better, more defined curl clumps to form throughout your hair, encouraging juicy, shiny ringlets or waves all through your hair instead of stringy, undefined curls. If you're nervous about using too much product, no worries, start small. If you're applying in sections, look for the feeling of slip all the way through your hair. By slip, I'm referring to how easily a brush, comb, or your fingers actually glides through the section of your hair. If you feel your fingers getting snagged or a brush not gliding through, add a little bit more product. No harm, no foul. That is going to ensure that every single strand of your hair is evenly saturated with product, which means that no curl will be left behind. This will minimize frizz and maximize definition. Also, do layer your products. The cream you saw me use with my Denman brush is used to create definition and to moisturize my curls. Afterwards, I will scrunch in a mousse like this Cake Beauty, the Curl Whip Mousse, or a gel all over my head to encourage curls to form and to give me more hold. This enables my style to last for multiple days between shampoos. If after styling you still have too much water left in your hair, don't for the love of God scrub with a terry cloth towel. Instead, squeeze following your natural curl pattern very lightly in a scrunching motion with a material that is soft and lightly absorbent, such as an old cotton t-shirt, a microfiber towel, or even just a cotton t-shirt towel like the one I'm using here by Conair. This will allow you to enhance your natural curl pattern without creating any excess frizz or even worse, breakage. Good wet results lead to good dry results. And speaking of dry results, never ever try to blow dry your curls without the diffuser attachment. Goodbye curl clumps. Hello frizz. Using a diffuser attachment like this pink collapsible diffuser by Ion will actually help keep your curl clumps intact by making sure that the direct, powerful airflow from your dryer, like this 2000 watt Ceramics Extreme by Babyliss Pro that I am totally obsessed with, does not disturb the formation or clumping of your curls, but still enables your hair to dry, maximizing definition and avoiding damage. If you want to maximize volume, don't disturb the roots of your hair or fluff it around while you're diffusing. Sure, you'll have volume, but you'll be left with a dry, fluffy mass of frizz. This one hits close to home for me, as I literally had a professional stylist do this to my hair at the salon before. Yikes! Instead, flip style your hair. You can start by diffusing the roots while your head is flipped upside down, hair flipped forward over your face. Flip it to one side, then the other. Again, focusing all of that heat and air from your dryer right at the root section of your hair. This is going to cause the roots to dry, standing further off of your scalp, which is going to give you naturally more root volume by the time you flip your head right side up. Now, once the roots are dry, you can start to give them a little extra lift by touching the diffuser or your fingers lightly to your scalp and roots and giving them a little fluff. Now, I see this next mistake all the time. Don't touch the ends of your hair with the diffuser while your roots are still wet. Instead, wait until you feel a gel cast or that hard shell form around your curls, and then you can lightly cup from the ends, following that natural curl pattern with your diffuser with the airflow on low. This pixie diffusing technique will help to give your curls a little bit more shrinkage and bounce, but will keep your curl pattern intact without creating any unnecessary frizz. Once that cast is formed, you know that the curl pattern is set, so you can feel free to manipulate your hair a little bit more. Finally, while we're on the topic of a gel cast, don't touch your hair with your hands while it's drying. This manipulation of your hair will keep any cast from forming around your curls, which means you won't get any of the holding benefits from any gel or mousse that you use while you're styling. This applies if you're air drying or if you're diffusing. If you want your curls to look like curls and not a fluffy mass of frizz, keep your paws off of them until they're dry. The difference in results just from hovering and pixie diffusing instead of scrunching the bejesus out of my hair while it was wet is immediate and obvious. Instead of a fluffy mass, I have defined curls. Now, they will be a little bit crunchy at the end, which is why you do want to scrunch out the crunch with a little bit of hair oil. I'm using the Wella Oil Reflections Light Oil, which has a very sweet scent, and I absolutely love the beautiful softening effect that it has on my curls. If the cast is a little stubborn towards the ends, you can give it a little rub or a clap, and this will just help your curls to fluff up. If you still notice any dampness, feel free to hover or pixie diffuse a little bit more until you reach 100% dry, fluffy, happy, soft curls. One last quick tip as my hair is finishing up the drying process. Don't fear a little functional frizz. You can see that I'm fluffing my hair up at the roots here from underneath, and that's because that little bit of functional separation and frizz that I'm creating on the underneath layers of my hair is going to give me a heck of a lot more volume. So if you have fine textured or relatively low density curls like I do, a little bit of functional frizz never hurt anybody. So if you see some frizz, you didn't fail. As long as you still have a style that you love, that you're happy with, that makes you feel beautiful, a little bit of frizz never killed anybody. Just to wrap things up here, technique makes all the difference. I have used these same techniques no matter what products I put in my hair and have gotten comparable results. So if you're sick of your wash days winding up like this, an unpredictable, uneven mass of fuzz and frizz, just follow the tips that I've given you for success in this video to make sure that your wash days turn out like this. Healthy, happy, bouncy curls that make you proud to have naturally curly hair.
And that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. It means the absolute world to me whenever there are any views on these videos. So just the gift of your time means a whole lot to me. Now, if you did enjoy this video and you haven't already, please click that little thumbs up button. This really does help the channel get ahead, so any likes you guys can give would be deeply appreciated. Also, before you go, if you haven't already, don't forget to click that subscribe button and the little notification bell next to it once you've subscribed, so that way you get notified every time that we post a new video. We post every single Friday, so with that, thank you guys so much for watching the Fit Curls, and we'll see you next Friday. Bye! Did I do it? Am I beautiful? Get this freaking user attachment on. I mean, it's got volume. That's not, no. Why? Okay. This might be the most awkward thing I've ever done with my arm. I just like to point top of my head with my arm. I can't